Hello and welcome to our latest Fast Chat, where we dive deep into the world of application and cybersecurity. I'm your host, Daphne Krause, and today I'm joined by our special guest, Dr. Ehab Al-Shaer. He currently holds the position of Distinguished Research Fellow at the Software and Societal Systems Department within the School of Computer Science, Distinguished Career Professor at the School of Engineering, and a faculty member of SciLab at Carnegie Mellon University. Dr. Al-Shaer was also the founding director of a National Center of Cybersecurity Analytics and Automation, sponsored by the National Science Foundation. These are just a few of his many roles and accolades. It's an honor to have you share some of your experience today. Perfect. Let's jump right in. We often hear about the role of machine learning and AI in cybersecurity. Could you shed some light on what role these technologies play in enhancing the effectiveness of automated application security tools?
Sure. Thank you very much for having me. Again, it's just a very exciting and timely topic. As we know, cybersecurity is typically a race against adversaries or malicious actors. To succeed or win in this race, we must make decisions, cyber defense decision faster than the attackers themselves. So let's examine the state of the art as we stand right now. The number of malware instances is exponentially increasing every year. So we have about more than 250 million of these malware instances, 250,000 of malware instances every day, and more than 5,000 ransomware every day. This has been increased for 200% every year. The statistics shows that the amount of time needed to detect and defend against or respond against these attacks is also increasing. It takes 197 days on average to detect a breach. 65% of these attacks takes 1 to 2 days. 15% of these attacks takes 6 to 24 hours to remediate. We can see this is a huge issue and challenges that we are, as the good guys, are lagging behind in our response and decision making. The recent IBM survey that shows that surveys among SOC analysts and SOC managers that the average time to detect a response to cybersecurity incidents has been increasing more than twice in the past 2 years. Most of the SOC team members acknowledge that they could not even get to half of the alerts being generated. With all of this important statistics I would like to share with you, is just saying one clear message that our extensive reliance on human in the loop during the sense making and decision making of cyber defense make cybersecurity inefficient in detection, prevention, and even response. And the only way to hamper this is to make decision making highly automated and so also accurate. This does not only slow the response, but also increase numerously the unintentional errors that been introduced by human involvement, and this will reduce accuracy and increase cost. So AI comes to really address these challenges. AI empowered cybersecurity tools or technologies that we hope to see growing in the coming few years have a great promise to tackle these challenges, because simply it offers an automation through logic and learning-based approaches to streamline and fully automate cyber defense all the way from sense making to decision making, including alerts observation, analysis, investigation, threat hunting, playbook creation, and response. So this is why we think it's AI-enabled cybersecurity will be a very important step forward, or a leap ahead step actually in cyber defense.
What are the key challenges in the intersection of cybersecurity and machine learning? And what are the most effective strategies or best practices for addressing these challenges?
Yeah, I would talk in general. Machine learning is part of AI, and there are many other parts of AI as well. There are a number of important challenges. In order to develop mature and effective AI-enabled cybersecurity tools, we have to consider a number of important factors. That is really important specifically for cybersecurity. Number one, So these solutions, the AI-enabled solutions, has to be dynamic and adaptive by nature. Since the attacker himself is evolving, and there's a lot of uncertainty about the attacker behavior at any certain point, even though if we have experience good training of what other attackers will do, there is uncertainty that need to be handled through creating adaptive defenses. So it's not enough to just have an AI that's based on specific training experience, but we need to have this AI to handle the unseen, the unknown, and through adaptation. Also, we need to move, and this is I'm glad to see this is going on for a while, and people, industry has understood this very well, moving away from depending on IOC-based analysis and detection to behavioral and pattern-based analysis. This is very important, and AI will help on this. Also, whenever we talk about autonomous or automation of cyber defense, we need also to talk about safety. Automation and safety has to go hand by hand. Safety means providing assurance that the AI-enabled cybersecurity solution will not obtain or produce unexpected behavior or burdening the system in a negative way. So this is an important to have this safety methodologies or safety assurances built into AI itself. Another one which is very important, robustness and resilience. When we talk about AI, we're talking about most of the cases about black boxes, and it might fail in a way that we never imagined. So we need to build robustness and resilience against potential failures and against also uncertainty in the attacker behavior. Visibility and explainability is another important thing that the AI solutions should provide. Yes, we would like to assist the SOC analysts and managers and others to do things faster in an automated way, but we want to have a full visibility, provide full visibility to security analysts, and also controllability through explainability. Explainability here means justification of why an AI agent taking this action, and justification of alternatives as well. Last and not least, scalability. Many of the AI solutions works well in various domains, but when it comes to cybersecurity, it may not work as good as others because of the scalability with the number of assets and the number of configuration and so on. So these are really hard challenges that need to be addressed in order to have a viable, high efficacy AI-enabled solution for cybersecurity.
So even with all that said, looking ahead, how do you see the landscape of automated application security evolving in the next 5 to 10 years? And what should organizations prepare for?
That's an interesting question. So my vision, this is what I have in mind. As we try to employ AI or the power of AI for cyber defense, we have to imagine that the adversary will do the same. They will try to exploit the weakness of AI. This is one. And they will also try to use an AI-enabled adversary tools. So we expect the cyber warfare landscape will be different in the future. It will be agent-to-agent kind of war. And the human will have a limited role in this. The driving entity of this kind of war or cyber warfare, the driving entity that does the analysis, the initiation of an action and so on, will be the machine. And the human will have to learn how to interact with the machine to approve and revise the decisions. It's just completely different from the way we do business today. The master of these tools is a human, and many of these tools have very, very little intelligence. So I think businesses, government agencies, and others need to invest heavily in creating such an autonomous cyber defense tools, and also need to investigate and invest also heavily in the training the next generation SOC analysts and managers and so on to interact with these tools effectively in a timely fashion.
Kind of wrapping up what you're saying, like in the future you see attacks coming from a machine that's thinking for itself, like through a program? And wouldn't that be harder to trace back where the attack is actually even coming from?
Well, it's going to be harder, but it's not impossible or unfeasible. There's always signatures that can be followed on who's the manufacturer, where is the origin of this, and so on. This is what we call it attribution in cyber defense. This is one thing. The landscape will be different. It doesn't mean harder or easier, will be different, and we have to be ready for it. If we invest more, and we will be ready more we can be ahead of the curve. Can be ahead of the curve. I can tell you one failure we have done in the past, and I hope we'll not repeat this failure. The concept of automation started by the attacker before even the defender. The attacker invested heavily. The ABT groups and the bad guys invested heavily in automation way before cyber defense. So I hope this will not be the case now. We can invest heavily in AI and knowing how to interact with AI, so we can be ahead of the curve. And the battlefield will be different, and we have to be ready for it. And maybe it's going to be more difficult, but the level of sophistication is increasing in both sides. So it's very hard to judge who will be the winner at this point.
Thank you, Dr. Al-Shaer, for sharing your insights on these important topics. We've covered a lot of ground in this brief fast chat, but before we wrap up, do you have any final thoughts or key takeaways that you'd like to share with our audience?
I think this kind of vision and to be ready for the next generation cyber defense systems, autonomous systems, and to be ready for this technological changes in cybersecurity, we need to have a strong alliance with universities, with educators. So also our education system is evolving can evolve in the right direction, and we can graduate those students who will be serving the country and serving the industry readily after they graduate.
Perfect. Well, thank you once again for joining us and sharing your expertise on automated application security and its evolving role in cyber defense.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
And to our listeners, I hope you found this chat enlightening. Stay tuned for more exciting discussions. And as always, you can find a full library of fast chats at rampart-ai.com. Until next time, stay secure.